All right. Hey guys. So this is Danielle Norstead. Hello, hello. Welcome um, to our Zoom. Well, what should have been our Zoom call. So a mistake was made, and apparently I did not record last night's conversation slash training. And so I'm just going to re-record the information that I shared for you guys to check out when you have a chance. But the topic at hand is hostess coaching. So, hostess coaching. I'm going to briefly run through why we do it, how we do it, and how to be successful at it. And then, if you guys have questions, you can always ask me later for clarification. I'm more than happy to do that. So, I'm going to dive right in. All right. All right. Hostess coaching. So, we are all Sensi consultants, and um, we run our business by inviting others to get free and half price Sensi with parties. And so, um, when we have someone who books a party with us, we might notice that if we're not hostess coaching, they might be canceling more often. Maybe they won't have as successful parties as we'd like them to have, and maybe they might even end up with a low guest attendance. For the most part, I'm going to be talking about home parties, but at the end, I will give you a few differences that I do and ideas that I have for basket parties or even Facebook parties. But for the most part, home parties is where it's at. That's where I like to do most of my parties and how I like to run my business. So, hostess coaching. You're already spending the time doing the party. You're going to be going to the party, driving to the party, you're going to be preparing for the party, entering the orders. So, why wouldn't you want to spend a little more time to make sure that it's a successful party? Um, our hosts are actually doing us a favor. I mean, they're also, of course, getting awesome, amazing hostess rewards that Sensi offers with their parties, but also they're helping us grow our business. They're inviting us into their homes, especially if it's someone that you just met maybe at a previous party, and they're booking their party from that party. Then why wouldn't we want them to get the best deals? And the fact that they're inviting us into their home, helping us grow our customer base, like I want them to get amazing rewards for doing me that favor, for helping me grow my business. And so that's definitely why I think hostess coaching is so incredibly important, because they are spending the time to let us in, and we want to give them the best that we can back. So I like to think of hostess coaching as educating or teaching our hosts how to have a great party. Now, before we get into the nitty gritty details, I wanted to talk about setting a party date. So, my number one tip for hostess coaching, it starts with the date of when you get the yes. So whether you've asked someone at a party, or you're playing a booking game at an event, or even you've maybe made an image where they've messaged you about a party on Facebook, then you want them to pick a date right then and there. And the reason why is that if you get them to pick a date right then and there, they're way more likely to follow through than if you wait for them to contact you when they check their schedule or when they have a chance. And so, definitely, having a booking gift will help them get that date scheduled. So this is what I usually say if it's at a party, if I'm booking a party while I'm at a current party. And I usually have a game where it's a booking, I have a booking incentive, like there's a gift that I'm offering. And so I say this. In order to get your booking gift, um, you just have to book your party before you leave tonight. No big deal. I have my calendar here. If you need to reschedule once you double check your calendar at home, that's no problem. You can let me know and we can change it, of course. But I just need to get something on the calendar so that we can make sure you get that booking gift. And then that's really all I say. And then it helps them to realize like it's important that they need to pick a date tonight. If I'm not at a party, let's say it is a Facebook message or a game that I played and they're messaging me about a party, or I'm messaging them about a party, maybe like a booking blitz, you want to give them an expiration date for your booking incentive. So for an example, if I post something about like the vote for which warmer is your favorite, and they vote for it, and then I say, and you'll be getting a happy message from me. So the message might be like, hey, I'll get you that warmer for half price, or I'll get that warmer for you for free if you book a party. But if you leave it open-ended like that, there's no rush to pick a date. There's no rush. So I say, hey, I saw that you like that warmer, you voted for that warmer that you love the best, or whatever it is. If you pick a date in the next 48 hours, this is when my offer ends, then you'll get that warmer for free or half price, or however you want to, whatever incentive that you have. You want to give them a time limit by the end of the weekend or by Friday, 8 o'clock. And that will help them, get that date scheduled. Because they know there's an expiration date to that extra gift that you're offered. Something that I also use is I am very particular about the language that I'm using to set the date. So I start with option questions. Like pretty much the questions have one of two answers. So I ask, what style party suits you best? Home party, basket party, Facebook party? Okay. Oh, you said home party. Okay, I'm booking home parties in November and December. Which month works better for you? Oh, November works better because December is busy. Okay. Do you like weeknights or weekends? What works better for you and your guests? Oh, you prefer a weekend? Okay. Does Saturday or Sunday work? Do you want morning, afternoon, or evening? Does 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock work? So basically giving them those kinds of questions will make it way easier for them to decide on what party, when, and how, and all that jazz. A little tip about party dates is to front load your calendar if you can. If you are giving them the option of, she said November, give her like 2 dates in November that work for you, but that are at the beginning of the month. And the idea behind that is that hopefully at that November party, let's say it's November 4th, which is a Saturday, that maybe possibly someone will book a party November 26th, the weekend of Thanksgiving, because they're going to have their friends over anyways, so why not get together for a Scentsy party? Then you'll be able to have 2 parties in 1 month versus just one party in 1 month, and then you have to wait till December for the next party. So you'll have more time. You'll have your higher PRV. You'll have more parties for the year. Little tip. And then I also try and book them at least a month in advance for home parties because it gives you a little time to hostess coach. Basket parties and Facebook parties, you don't need as much time because you don't have to worry about people getting somewhere with like a schedule. So those you don't need as much time, but definitely for a home party you want at least 3 weeks ahead of time so you have a chance to get the hostess packet to them, get their invites ready for them. Okay, so that's just a little bit about, really quickly, setting the date today. That's the first tip about hostess coaching. Now what we want to do once we have that date and it's settled in our calendar, we want to generate excitement with a hostess packet. My hostess packets pretty much all have the same information, but for a home party, I want to get it to her, to the host, about 3 weeks ahead of time, to 2.5 to 3 weeks ahead of time. This will give her a chance to go over all the information inside and also get excited, get her wish list going, and then also she can collect pre-orders and her invitations can get sent out right away. Usually, too, with Hostess Coaching, I will send a save the date photo with her party information as soon as we confirm her party date, time, and location, and if there's a theme or not. I'll send her that like almost a couple days right after she says yes to the party, and that way she can text it or email that to all her friends and her party guests. But after that, you'll get the hostess packet ready, and I'll talk about what's inside in a second. And that way she'll have actual physical invitations to hand out or send or mail to her guests. All right, and that'll give them enough time to, make sure that they are able to attend. For a Facebook party, I will typically send the hostess packet about 2 weeks in advance. That way she's got it a week before. And for a basket party, of course, I'm delivering the basket 99% of the time. So I'm going to hand her the hostess packet. It's going to be included in the basket for that. Okay, so what's in a hostess packet? I keep it simple. Keep it simple. Make it easy on yourself. It doesn't have to be expensive or fancy. So I actually have one that I kind of sort of already created for my Facebook party that's coming, but I'll show you the differences here in a minute. So I always include a catalog, and I earmark pages in there that I think is important. So for an example, usually I'll earmark the table of contents, and then I'll also earmark, and by what I mean by earmark is I'll take washi tape. Oops, here, I'll do it right now. I take washi tape and then I'll put like a little tab on it on the page so it's easy for her to reference. So table of contents, so the reason why is because I want her to be able to find stuff that people might be asking her quickly. So maybe because maybe she does have the Facebook party. So if let's pretend it's a Facebook party, she will be maybe collecting orders from people who don't have Facebook. So this is what I mean by a tab. It's just a little piece of washi tape that's right on the edge of the paper. I will also washi tape the host rewards page, and I might even like write a little love note in there, and then like you can do it. I also will washi tape and earmark the join page in case maybe that might be something she's interested. And it works out great because the very next side, the next page, is the bundle page. So that is also washi taped, earmarked. And last but not least, the fragrance grid. Then I also include any holiday, like promotional brochures or scent of the month, warmer of the month brochures. I might also include this little tidbit, which is pretty much the same information in the catalog, except it's got it's all in just one little tiny brochure, so she doesn't have to go searching through her catalog for that. I also include a little bit of information about me and joining Scentsy, and then maybe a handful of samples, and probably the most important part, aside from the catalog, is the info. I call it the host information sheet. So I've already uploaded it to our files in our team page, but I have one for home party, Facebook party, and basket party, and they're pretty much all the same. There's just a few small changes that pertain to each style of party. You can definitely look at those, make them your own, copy them. I have used in the past, what I had was like a 3-4 page little booklet. It was a half-page size booklet, and I found that people were not reading them. It was too much information. People weren't going through and like trying to look for the answers that I had provided there. So I made it simpler, and I, like I said, keep it simple. It's a 1-page sheet with basically really brief information and some FAQs that they might be curious about or maybe they haven't thought of, and that's it. So the other thing that I'll include for a home party hostess packet would be order forms, and I'll also highlight the top so that makes sure that anybody who does order before the party has that filled out, and a little like a blank piece of paper. It could be something like this, and I'll just write wish list at the top, and it's for her to start going through the catalog and writing down the things that she wants, and I'll touch base about that in a second. And then another optional item, it's something I haven't done before, but I think it's a really great idea, is a sample packet. So it could be a sample packet of like laundry liquid and washer whiffs, or some body wash and some lotion. And the idea is you leave a little note on the little sample packet that says that you're inviting her, or you want her to try these products 1 to 2 days before her party. The reason why is that she'll be able to share what she thinks about those products before her party, or she'll be able to use it and then share what she thinks at her party. So it's a little different, of course, when we're up there talking about how wonderful washer whiffs are. I mean, we sell it, so people are going to be a little bit suspicious of us because we'll make a commission off of what we're saying here if they end up buying it. But to have it come from their host, from their friend, it will mean so much more. It will carry much more weight. So that's another really great idea. I'm gonna try that. It's actually something that I found through I was YouTubing Hostess Coaching ideas to try and give you guys the best information. And that was like, oh, that's brilliant. I think actually that came from a training center video. But anywho, I digress. I might also include in the Hostess packet like a Hostess challenge. This would be like a little sheet of little boxes with little tasks that if she completes a certain number of those tasks, she might get a little extra something from me. So it could be, and all those little tasks could be things that would help benefit the success, or it'll benefit her, and in that it'll help her party be more successful. So it might be something like one of the tasks might be text all of your friends 2 days before the party to tell them to wear red. I don't know, something silly like that. And then, so that's going to serve as a really great fun game and also a reminder to her guests that her party's coming up that weekend. So it's, again, going to be ensuring that she's got a great party attendance. It's kind of also setting the tone for her party that it's going to be fun. What else? Another task might be something like, collect 2 or 3 party orders or $100 in pre-orders before the party, and you're going to get this and this. So whatever it is that you decide, maybe it's a car bar or a room spray, that will help basically ensure that she's got a good party total. So if you know that she's already collected $100 in orders before the party, before you even show up, one, that's going to tell you, oh my goodness, she's going to be a natural consultant. And 2, she's going to get amazing party rewards. So that's really cool, and it's going to be worth your time to have gone to the party. You know it's going to be a success because it's going to be so much easier to get to that $200, $300, $500 party total. So those are all things that are things that could go in a Hostess packet to generate that excitement, to get her motivated to want to share Scentsy, to get her motivated to want to talk to her friends about how excited she is about her Scentsy party and all the products that we're going to talk about at the party. Whew. All right. I need to take a breath. I get excited. Okay, so now that we've set the date, we've had her set a date, we've generated excitement with the Hostess packet. Now we want to make sure that we're going to be consistent with our contact. You don't want to just set the date, send a Hostess packet, and then not speak to her again until you show up for the party. She might wonder, like, well, my party's tomorrow, but I haven't heard from her. Well, something that will help with that is being consistent with your communication. So there are 3 points of communication before the party that I do. Let's see. So again, they say yes to the party. So you're going to call them up a day or 2 later after they say yes, and you confirm their hostess gift if you've offered them one. And you're going to set up and confirm the details. So you're going to decide on how does she want to invite her friends? Is she going to do a Facebook event invite? Or are none of her friends on Facebook, so maybe she'd prefer an email invite. Definitely a personal message, whether it's a phone call, a text message, or in-person invitation is going to be the best and most effective way to get a higher RSVP number at her party. So I always make sure that one of those things happens to make sure, and then I do an additional second invite method, whether it's Facebook, an email, or a textable image or anything like that. And then you're going to also ask her about if she wants to do any themes. So you're setting the details. At this point in time, you're going to talk about over-inviting her guests. So you tell her, for every 40 people, usually 10 will come. So, and 10 is a really great home party. So give her a 40 guest invitation goal. Um, you can send her the save the date, like I mentioned before, a save the date textable image once you have those details settled. You can decide on the style of party. Maybe all of her friends are already Scentsy lovers and they just want to reorder bars. So maybe it makes more sense for her party to do like an open house style versus like a game where you're explaining how does it work. And then you can give her the acronym FRANKS. So FRANKS stands for friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, kids, your own kids, parents, and your own kids' friends' parents. There we go. I was like, wait a second, that doesn't make sense. Your own kids' parents, their friends' parents, and significant others, contacts or friends, or even social media contacts as well. That could stand for that as well. So that's going to be your first initial contact after the yes, but before you send her the hostess packet, you're confirming all those details and you're getting her excited because she's going to get sent that hostess packet in the mail, or you're going to drop it off, however you want to do that. The second contact of hostess coaching is going to be after they've received the hostess packet, or maybe you're already, because it's a basket party, you're meeting up with her. So this is what you're going to do during this second contact before the party. You're going to review that home party information sheet so that she knows, what you need her to do. So for a home party would need, 40 people to be invited at least, to keep the food simple, make people feel special by calling them and making sure that they know that they're wanted to be at the party. All the things on that little information sheet is something that you can go over during this little quick contact. And then you're going to quickly walk through the catalog. For my home parties as well, I always, as my incentive to get a really great party, I always offer them, if they get a certain number of pre-sale orders or pre-party orders, then I'll get them something. It changes on my budget, but I will explain it at this point, saying, hey, if you get 3 party orders, or if you get $100 in orders before the party, you're going to get a room spray. Let me show you quickly the catalog so that you know when someone's ordering who maybe can't make the party but they love Scentsy. You can kind of help them navigate the catalog. So I'll just show her the table of contents like I was saying earlier. I'll tell her definitely about the bundles, because the bundles is a great way to save some money, and you can always upsell a little bit in that area as well. When they have like 3 warmers on their wish list, but they only want to order 1, well, hey, get the Perfect Scentsy has 2 warmers and you get 3 bars for free, or no, I guess $10 to $15 savings, I guess, because it's changed. And then I also make sure, and I talk about the fragrance grid, because not all of our scents are made in all of the products. And I hate when I feel so bad when I get a pre-party order, or maybe even a basket party order, whose host did not catch that, newborn nursery doesn't come in anything anymore other than a scent pack, but they've ordered a bar. So then I have to call the guest awkwardly and say, I'm so sorry, but it's not made in that product. I have this instead. Would you prefer that? And then I have to worry about changing the amount as well. If they've paid cash, or with with a check, it might be a little bit different. Make sure I'm good on time. Okay. Then I also talk about her wish list really quickly at this second point of contact. It should take 5-10 minutes. It really shouldn't be too long. So I talk about her wish list. What does she want most on her list? Okay, let's set up a goal so that she gets that for free. I don't want her to pay for anything for it. Typically, $500 party is what I set up as the goal, because it'll get her the best rewards for her effort in having a party. It'll get her $75 in free product, which is definitely a good 2-3 warmers, depending, and 3 half-price items. And then I also I'll text her or email or message her PWS party link, and I let her know and I educate her, because this is our job to tell them that if she has someone order right on her website or our website under her party, then she'll get credit. But if they don't, then there's no way that we can get that party moved to her, or that order moved to her party, because we just have to be really good about telling them you need to make sure you're ordering underneath my party, the host's party. Um, I know consultant support will give you like a one-time freebie if you happen to have an order that doesn't get placed in the right party. But one time out of a whole lifetime of orders, you got to use it wisely. That's why it's super important. And I honestly just prefer them to send me their order. That way I can make sure they get the best deal. It's an opportunity to upsell and, make sure like if they order 3 or 2 bars, or, if they order 4 bars, I could just tell them get 1 more bar, you get a 6th one for free. So it's a really easy way for me to just, do that little bit more, and then I'm customer service, right? Giving that customer service that makes them want to come back. At this point too, I quickly mention very casually hostess gifting. So I say something like, also, I just wanted to mention to you that a lot of people decide that they want to do what I do after they see how fun and easy it is. So I always offer hostess gifting. So if you decide the night of your party that you want to join Scentsy, then we'll give you all the parties that get booked. We'll give you all the sales and the commission that comes with it, as well as the rewards in case you decide you want to join. Just throwing it out there. And then I also, of course, tell her, because she's probably planning food at this point too. It's about 2 weeks before the party. I tell her to keep her snacks simple and easy and odorless if possible. Nothing too pungent like garlic something or other, although that would taste good. We want to make sure that Scentsy is what you're smelling off the bat when you walk right in. That was a second point of contact. So again, real quick review. Before the home party, she said yes. A couple days later, you confirm all the details. About a week later, you've already sent the hostess packet. You're confirming that she got her hostess packet, that she's understanding everything that's in there, and she's got her wish list going. And then number 3, the third point of contact before the party is the day or 2 before the party, you're calling to see her. And I forgot to mention, maybe calling is the wrong word. You want to make sure that you're asking, when they say yes to the party, do they want to be called, texted, emailed, Facebook messaged? Use their preference. Otherwise, they might not see your messages if you're using email and they prefer you to call them. Okay, so 1 to 2 days before the party, you're calling to see, or whatever, how many RSVPs do they have? You can ask her to, hey, have you texted everybody who hasn't given you an RSVP if they're coming tomorrow? You can have her take a quick picture of herself with a little sign that says, see you tomorrow. And then she'll send it to those people who haven't responded. And they're going to be like, what? What's going on tomorrow? What am I going to miss out on? I want to go. And so that'll hopefully help her get a few more RSVPs. Also, you can ask her if there's anything that you need to bring. Does she need you to bring a table for your display, or does she have a little space for you to set up, hopefully by an outlet? You can also encourage her to, if it's kind of easier for her to have something to talk about, if you want her to contact her guests before the party. So if she's got a focus other than, I hope you come tomorrow, it's a lot easier for her. So what I usually try and say is, bring a friend and they're going to get a gift from me. So she's going to go call all her friends and say, hey, you're coming tomorrow. Hey, if you bring someone, my consultant lady is going to give you something. So it's kind of like purposeful for her to have to contact them besides just a reminder. And what I give away is usually just retired mini testers for anybody who brings a friend. I also, at this point, just remind her that her job is to have fun and to, hang out with her friends and smell the testers. Don't stress so much about, feeding everybody, but just come sit down and hang out. And I also might tell her about booking beads. That's the game that I play to try and get more parties booked. So I'll kind of mention that to her at this point. And then also perpetual party rewards is what she'll get from the parties that get booked. I might offer an incentive if you get all 3 parties booked or all 3 party beads taken, then you'll get an extra something from me, whatever that might be. And then I also tell her too that I'll bring a scent to warm, that she doesn't have to worry about replacing the scent or the wax in her warmers. If she could just have them clean for me, and I'll drop some scent in there for her. And I usually pick something that is popular, that a lot of people love, and that's seasonal to what's going on in the catalog. Okay, so that's your hostess coaching up until the party. You've confirmed the first time. You are confirming details. The second time, you're going over hostess packet stuff, letting her know expectations and incentives, her wish list, her goal, her pre-party party order goal. Um, yeah. And then number 3 is just, hey, this is what what else? Let's tie up what we need to do for tomorrow, and get you as a great RSVP list by giving that reminder, and so forth and so on. After the party, I will typically give a thank you call, phone, or message or text. I had so much fun. I hope you did too. I might also follow up with if she's got any people who weren't able to make it, but they wanted to go. Maybe something came up. Then I can also encourage her to reach out to them to see if they want to order anything before I close the party. Once the party has submitted and been closed, it's about a week later, hopefully. I'll notice that it's been shipped, and so I'll let her know, and her customers, or her guests, my customers. I'll send them a little message on Facebook or text them or email them saying, hey, I saw your party was shipped. It should come to my house by this date. I'll be able to pack it up on this day right after, and I'll be able to deliver it to your host, or I'll deliver all the party orders to you on Tuesday. I'll keep you posted. And that's just you're communicating. You're giving that really great customer service. I get so excited. And then after I deliver the orders, no, I'm sorry, wait. About 2 weeks after the party, I will have delivered all the orders to the host, and all the orders are labeled with the guest's name, so she doesn't have to go searching or rifling through any bags. Super easy for her to just hand them out. In the bags, I have handwritten thank you cards. I might have promotion flyers in there. I do my cotton ball freebie or a sample of the month. Everything is labeled with my information, so it's super easy for them to reorder if for whatever reason, if they run out before I'm able to contact them the next time I do follow up, they know my number because it's right there on the bar or the box of, whatever it is they ordered. And then I just follow up with the follow-up system, whether it's 2, 2, and 2, or the 1, 1, and 3. And that's a whole other training that I can do another day, which actually I think is already on our Facebook team page, but you'll be able to see that if you're curious. So that's really all I do for hostess coaching. Again, this is just to ensure that her time is worth it and getting rewards, and it's worth it for me as well. I want to thank her by giving her the best rewards and educating her so she's got a great party going. And then, of course, I get rewarded for that as well. I grow my customer base, and I get PRV. So the only other thing that I might be doing differently for hostess coaching a basket party is I check in twice after I deliver the basket. So I do maybe like 3 to 5 days after I deliver the basket. I see how's it going. I might give her some ideas, see if she's maybe shared her party link on social media. I might send her some photos that she can share. I might say like, oh, if they fill out the top portion of their order form completely, then I can enter them into the raffle for your party, which might be like a scent circle. And then the second time I talk to them, which is just about 4 to 5 days before their party closes, so it's usually about a 2-week period, then I will at that point say, hey, how's it going? Where you're at? Let's talk about your goal. Are you there yet? And let's think of some ideas on how we can help you get there. Have you talked to your Franks list, your friends, your relatives, your acquaintances, your neighbors, your kids' friends' parents, and your significant others, coworkers, or even whoever they know. And then I'll also arrange a time to meet up with her to go over her party orders so that she can get we can get her rewards finalized. So that's a little bit different for hostess coaching for a basket party. And I also at the first contact after I deliver the party slash hostess packet, I give her the incentive of passing the party on to someone else. If she finds my next basket party host, then she'll get that perpetual party reward. But I might also throw in like, a car bar or a room spray. And then I also ask, hey, did I give you enough order forms? I usually do about 10, but it depends on how motivated she is to share Scentsy. If she's just wanting the minimum, or if she wants to go for it and really like maybe even get a diffuser for half price. And then last but not least, a Facebook party hostess coaching is a whole nother ball game. I have a Facebook training video on our Facebook team page under the video section. You can go check it out there. But the gist of it is, for hostess coaching for a Facebook party, you want to tell her that her job is to get her friends to RSVP, to not invite more than 50 people, to interact and participate with the posts that you're sharing. You can also have her do a sample packet here, because that would be great for her to go live after she uses a sample packet, or as she's using the sample packet. That would be cool too. And then, so to invite her friends, no more than 50 people, but to get 25 to 30 RSVPs. Real quickly, the reason why we want 30 is because 30 people will be RSVP'd, or 25. 15 people will remember and come, and then 7 people of those 15 will actually order, which will give you a very great Facebook party. All right, that was all I had for you. If you have any further questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. I hope this helps you have wonderful and successful parties for the next couple, for all of your consultant life. But I hope that it'll be helpful based on the parties that you've been having versus what you will be having now, because now you are accessorized with all these really cool tips. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment below, or take care. All right. Bye.